I think it's come with just being here for a while, like for a long time. You kind of hear when that tone is right and that tone is wrong. I think if you're immersed in the big culture and every day you hear this tone, you just know when it's right. Yeah, you know so tone sounds wrong. Or sometimes I will correct myself. I'll say a word and I'll be like, oh yeah, that sounds wrong. That's the wrong tone. I couldn't tell you which tone it is, but I just
Right.
know when it sounds wrong. Yeah. Are you the same?
Yeah. For
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
for me, initially when I was learning, I would learn a word and then say, okay, and what tone is that?
Mm.
So it was kind of two pieces of information. And then I found that tough. Sometimes I'd remember the word, but not the tone. But then over time, just like you said, as you stay here longer, they kind of get fused together.
Right.
Now, when you hear a word, you hear it with the tone. And when you're saying it, you're just saying it the way you heard. So just like you said, if you're asked what tone is it, well, I'd have to stop and think about it.
Exactly. You have to
Hey,
literally think, right? Yeah. So I think that's a good way. I think a lot of people, I think you've got a lot of time to learn Chinese. That's great. And if you haven't got something that's pushing you like really quickly to learn it,
mhm,
by all means, like go through the process of learning the tones, and doing it slowly and learning. I mean, that's great. And then from the word go, you've got perfect Chinese.
mhm.
And but I guess like myself, I didn't have time. Maybe people don't have time. So I really think just get the words out there and get practicing. That is the main thing. And then the more you speak, because I think from coming from like a non-tonal language like ourselves, and then going to like learning Chinese, I think that for me that was the most difficult part.
Right.
Because also I find sometimes at the beginning, like I could just say a sentence and everyone would understand it. But some people were really particular about the tones, and
Mhm.
if you don't say it right, they're like, I don't understand what you're talking about.
Right.
Even if you said the perfect, like
Exactly.
grammatically structured sentence, if the tone is off,
Yeah.
you'll find not everybody, but 1 in 10, they're like,
Yeah.
nope, don't understand what you're
That
talking
happened. Or
about.
I'll say a word, so we have no idea what to sound. But then in the end, they're like, oh, you mean this? And they say the same thing.
Yeah, so I think that was a little bit of a
Whereas the
difficult.
foreigner could say a whole sentence with no tones. I'm like, I know exactly what to say.
Exactly, yes. That was the frustrating part at the beginning. You kind of like, I wasn't sure I've just said that right.
Right. Right. And I find the same even with, because you mentioned earlier doing language exchanges or teachers, where sometimes you want them to criticize your tones but they're being too polite. So yeah, that's good enough. It's like, no, no, no.
Right. Then you find a mistake in your own thing. You're like, hang on a minute.
Yeah,
It starts
exactly.
working for me, right? Yeah. So you're right, because then you also learn the wrong thing too. You think if they said it's okay, then
Right.
that's okay. And then you learn it in a different, you say it to someone else, and they're like, that doesn't make any sense. So you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need someone that's going to be critical, right? Yeah.
Right. Especially even early on when you mentioned that there'll be that one person in 10 who doesn't understand your tone.
Yeah.
Because I think some Taiwanese, the type of people who hang out with foreigners and stuff, they kind of adjust so they can understand the foreign Chinese.
Well,
Whereas there might be some locals who don't,
yeah.
right?
Definitely, and they don't understand if you got the wrong grammar in a sentence, what you're trying to get at. And I think that's so true as well. Yeah. So yeah, I guess the tones are really important, but I think don't stress on it so much because most people that I've met kind of see you're a foreigner and they're like, yeah, I can guess that's what they mean. This is it. This is the context. So,
Exactly.
and most people are great, are lovely. They know you're trying to learn. So I
Right.
think don't give yourself too much pressure when you're trying to learn the tones.